Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to Pass the Sticks podcast. I'm your host JB, and joining me as always, Tsunamic Wave. What is going on, bro?
Hey man, I can't call it. I might spoil it. You know what I mean? I'm doing great. How you feeling today, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Yo, when we get into this, what games we currently playing, man? I got a beef to kick it off, like soon as we start. But if you new to this show is split into 5 parts, actually four now. We start off with what games we're currently playing. Then from there, we'll get on to this week in gaming, where we briefly talk about games that dropped this week in history. Then from there, we'll get into some topics. Then we'll end with the spin wheel, which is basically assortment of questions. One gotta go game versus. You never know what you're gonna get with the spin wheel. But yo, as always, appreciate all the love and support. Um, yeah, man. So yo, with that said, yo, let's get into what games you're currently playing, bro.
I know we usually start with B, but I want to start with the beef. Let's start with you, man. What game have you been playing this week? Let's start
I
with the
bet,
beef.
bet. So the whole goal was I was going Madden 24 drop today, right? It dropped at
Yeah.
8 p.m. I was like, bet, show go live at 9. I'm gonna play a few quick games. Then I'm gonna hop on, give my initial thoughts. You know what I mean, it's not fair to
Mm-hmm.
break down the game, but I'm gonna give my initial thoughts. Downloaded the game, went live at 8. The internet was blazing, so like I literally got done installing it probably like 8:15, right? The
Yeah.
game is 50 gigs. Turned the game on, and the servers went down for everybody, not just me, of course, but it went down for everybody. I'm like, yo, y'all had one job, like y'all had one job, yo, like unless people was doing some like crazy whatever, they haven't even had a chance to like, like ain't nobody have a chance to play it yet. So I literally was gonna play it. I was gonna play it, give it a fair shot. You know what I mean? And like the service was down. I got to the main menu and that's it. And I'm like, yo, like what's like what's good with this game? And this was supposed to. I've read articles and everything. This is supposed to be a make or break year for EA and the Madden, or they going to throw out the leadership and come in with a whole new team.
Sheesh.
I'm like, yo, we can't even get the game started. That's like the wildest thing about it. I'm like, yo, and like I'm trying to give Madden grace. I know I take a lot of shots, you know what I mean, on this show, and sometimes it's real, sometimes it's out of fun. But the servers is already down. The game been out for literally an hour and 8 minutes. Yo, I'm checking Twitter like before the show. I don't think anybody even played the game yet. Like, like,
Sheesh.
like is so it went live and then the service went down. It was crazy, bro. But
That's
yeah.
like a
So
beta.
right. Other than that, still playing Mario Kart with the little one. Played some NBA 2K23. Played some COD. I did play some Serious Sam, which I know you're not too hot on, but for me it's more of a nostalgia thing. Uh, I played. I'm missing something right now. GTA just I'm sorry, Madden thing just got me heated before the show even started. But what games you been playing, bro? While I think of it.
Well, Serious Sam, I just suck. I ain't gonna even sit here and act like that game is not a cool game. It is a cool game. I just suck. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the funny thing about Mario Kart, before I get into the games that I was playing, the funny thing about Mario Kart is that I was playing Apex, which is one of the games I normally play with my homie. He probably watching the show right now. Jay, if you watching the show, what's good? And I was explaining to him how good my 5-year-old is, and he is an avid player. Like he play all the time, every weekend. So we got a little friendly wager, him versus my daughter, whenever we can make that happen. So if it happens before the next show, I definitely will update everybody with the results. But hopefully we get it done. I got 20 on my kid. She's really nice. I'm just being honest. But
Okay.
besides that, I've been playing Apex. Obviously, I just said that is one of the games. I got into Remnant 2. We haven't spoke about that on the show, that
Nope.
game in particular, but it is a very, very good game. I got another friend who gave me the idea of playing the game, and he described it in the perfect way. So I'm just gonna take his words and not take no credit for it. He said it's Souls in Destiny, and that if you played Destiny before, if you played like any Souls title, put those two together, and that's Remnant 2. Very excellent game so far. Very skilled base. Very difficult. and especially if you have friends with you, you can have up to 3 people. And so
Okay.
I've been running with a full party, which is 3, and it's been giving us a run for our money, but we having a lot of fun. I don't want to spoil too much of it. We are stuck on a particular part. I'll give it another week or so before I start talking about like bosses and particular levels to give other people a chance to play it. But it's a very fun title. If you haven't got a chance, check it out. Remnant 2. And what else? MLB The Show.
MLB The Show. Okay.
We got eliminated in the first round last week. I talked about that. And it's get back season. So I've been putting a lot of work in to try to get back to the playoffs. Obviously, it's going to take me some time with the other titles I've been playing. But yeah, those are 3 games I've been playing this week.
Yo, I just don't understand how the Madden servers don't work already, bro. Like, yo, like they was literally was worried about it. You know what I mean?
People, people talk like they not gonna cop Madden, but everybody love Madden. That's
Right.
a staple. That's a staple. So it gotta be because so many people trying to play the game immediately, and I don't think they thought they was gonna be able to maintain that fan base because a lot of people was not happy with last year Madden. Uh,
Right.
I know one particular thing they said they changed this year was the fact that people could intercept the ball without looking. Like how you run in coverage and then the defender just catch it like this, didn't even see the ball, didn't do nothing. They just put their hands up and catch it. They said they took that out. I saw on Twitter that did not get taken. That's still in the game. They still catching the ball without being able to see the ball. So I mean, they got some work to do, but the good thing is with the way the games is now, you can go in and make changes, and they could fix this problem, man. They just gotta get the servers working.
Absolutely. Yo, man, like, yo, let's get to some of these comments, man. Some people's talking about Madden right now. Like Andrew Armstrong, what's good, Andrew? He said Dallas and New England have been eliminated at 8. Jessica with the stars, appreciate it as always. Over from YouTube, Tracy Nicolini said, "What up, Jay? What's good, bro? What's good, man? Are you playing Madden, or are you trying to play Madden? Because the service is down right now. Let me know if you're playing Madden. I know you rep that New England area, so I don't know if you're a Patriots fan or not. But
take that
Andrew
back.
Armstrong, he said that's called a Justin Jefferson catch, baby.
That I mean, if you a wide receiver, okay, but it's not. I name a DB that's doing that. Like that I could think of. Not even the top DBs is catching. I don't know any DBs that's catching like that.
Sure.
I'm just being honest.
Mike Green said 2K servers are booty. Yeah, look, man, I'm not saying it's only Madden. Don't get me wrong, bro. Yeah. I'm not saying it's only Madden. I'm just saying that the fact,
2K.
Right. I'm just saying the fact that the game went live at 8 p.m. and the service is down at 8:01. Look, man, like I don't work in the industry like that on that side of it. I'm not trying to throw shots or nothing. I'm just saying this was supposed to be the make or break year. They said they want to get out to a good start, and the servers went down a minute. Like I said, I'm sure now it's 9:14. I'm sure folks have played. I've been trying to monitor Twitter to see if they ready yet. But I was waiting to see if it was different, if it was cool. I was gonna come on the show and be like, yo, it's all right. You know what I mean? It was good. Yeah. Like, but I couldn't even have a chance to play it, man. It's crazy. Like,
it don't look on the bright side. At least there's no bad. The only bad criticism is that you can't play. Is you really can't talk about the gameplay. So I guess that's a plus.
Yeah. But all right, yo, enough of that. Yo, let's get to this week in gaming, where we briefly look back on games I dropped throughout this week in history. And kicking this off, man. Yo, the Sega Genesis, man, turned 34 years old today. Sega Genesis, notorious. The 16-bit console war between them and the Super Nintendo is legendary. Or I mean, they literally have written books about it. But look, man, me and you are no strangers to the Sega Genesis, but 34 years, forget the time period. What's your thoughts and memories as we celebrate the Sega Genesis?
How can I not forget the time period?
Right.
How can I forget it? First of all, like my boy Andrew said, happy birthday to Sega Genesis. Pretty dope anniversary to celebrate.
Nice.
I love Sega, man. The Sega introduced me to Sonic the Hedgehog. Man, I can't even think of the name of the game, but Arise from Your Grave. You know exactly what
Oh,
game I'm talking about.
Alter Beast.
Yeah, there you go. Alter
Alter
Beast.
Beast. Yeah.
What other
Alex
Sega
the Kid.
games? Alex
Enchanted.
the Kid,
Echo the
Enchanted,
Dolphin. Yeah.
uh, Aladdin. Um, there's a lot of games that Echo the Dolphin. I don't know if I played that, but Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I'm looking at the comments for some help. I appreciate that. It's a lot of games that if you think about it, even the puzzle games. It's even some puzzle games on Sega that was pretty dope. It's Pac-Man. I know Pac-Man is not really a Sega staple, but
Right.
that was on Sega as well. Um, it's a lot of games. Sega. I grew up with Sega, man. I wish they would find a way to come out with a Sega console again and make some games specifically for the new generation for Sega. So my kids and other people's kids can grow up with Sega as well.
Absolutely. Toe Jam and Earl. It's a good one. It's a good one. John said Mortal Kombat. Said Sonic is the greatest Sega game. Yeah, I mean you can't go wrong with Sonic, right? Like,
Nah,
of
Sonic is
course. But
dope.
man, shout out to Angel. Said NFL 94. Oh my god, yeah. Yo, the football
I
games
forgot about that.
yeah. And same with NHL as well. NHL 90 was it 94 is a classic game. They brought that to PS4 and Xbox One like years ago. You know what I mean? That's how iconic that game was. But the Sega Genesis, man, like I always say this. I'm sure if you listen to the show, you're probably getting tired of me saying it, but like, although I'd say the 360, the 64, right, the PS1 and stuff like that, like I love those consoles probably just as much. But this was like nostalgia. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Altered Beast, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, like MK 1, 2, 3, Ultimate MK. You know what I mean? Like these are a
Right.
lot of games that like that it literally I could say it like crafted me and turned me into a gamer. You know what I mean? Whether it was the iconic controller, then they came out with the 6-button one. You know what I mean? Like the Genesis is I don't even know how to like frame it, but like it's like special. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and I don't know, man. It's just like it brings a smile to my face. Like I said, like it was the first retro console. Like for those who don't know, I collect games. I have a bunch of games at the crib. It was the first console I actively went out and like collected for. You know what I mean? Like the 64, like I knew that was gonna be tough. A lot of those games can get pricey, but the Genesis was where I was like, I need to start here. You know what I mean? I went out, got a bunch of the games. I was going to garage sale after garage sale looking for them, going to retro stores, became cool with those who owned the retro stores near me. And it's all because of the Genesis, man. You know what I mean? And like some of those games are still expensive as hell. Like Sonic 3, like it's like $40 for just the cartridge. You know what I mean? Not even the box with the instruction manual and everything. It's kind of expensive, but and man, like I said, man, shout out to the Sega Genesis. You got anything else to close out on Sega?
Nah, but Angel said a lot of people sleep on Vector Man.
Vector Man's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's a dope game. I ain't going front. I definitely forgot Vector Man. So shout out to Vector Man. I wanted to put that out there.
Word.
Echo the Dolphin. Maybe it's because I was one of those kids that was, how it's hard to explain without fear of cancellation, but you know how it was when you was a boy in the 90s, early 2000s. It was
playing
just certain
sports and
things
fighting games.
Right.
I get it.
It was just certain games you played, certain games you just couldn't. I was one of those kids that saw Dolphin and was like, I ain't with it. And I probably missed a good classic.
Man, fuck all that. Echo the Dolphin was fire. Though. Yeah, no, it was fire though, because like real talk, like, but saying that, like, I agree though, because I was playing sports games and stuff like that. But like, what happened was I went back and played it, like I said, I told the story last week. I had friends who moved like near me, and they had their dad used to own a game store, right? So we used to go to the basement, bring consoles upstairs, and one of those games I first played was Echo the Dolphin. You know what I mean? And like I literally played that, and then from there I went, and when I started collecting games on the Dreamcast, I went and got the sequel on the Dreamcast. I was like, oh, this game is actually dope. So I get it though. Like a lot of times it was NBA Jam, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the world-renowned classics, but
Yeah, those are the games I played, man. You named
Right.
all of the ones I played.
And Angel Stella said Sega Channel. Sega Channel, yeah, man. Like with the antenna that was like 6 feet long and all that. Like in the games, yo, it really was ahead of the time. Like a lot of people give love to like the 7th gen with the PS2, Xbox, but like that 5th gen, man. I always say with the Sega Super Nintendo, man, it was special. Speaking of
Pioneers
Super
of the game.
Nintendo, absolutely. Speaking of Super Nintendo, yo, the Super Nintendo, man, it literally turned 32 years old. And obviously this was yesterday that it turned 32. And obviously we know Nintendo's the house that Mario built, right? Of course. But I gotta ask, man, thoughts and memories on the other side, right? So Sega had the iconic Sega does what Nintendo don't, and of course Nintendo is now you're playing with superpower. You know what I mean? Like now you're playing with power. What's your thoughts on the Super Nintendo, man?
Bruh, Super Nintendo, what can I say? First of all, if you've been following the show since the beginning, you know I'm a super duper Mario fan. I know last week I said if the Switch come out with the new console, I want them to do something outside of Mario. But at the end of the day, whatever they do Mario, I'm still copping. Bro, oh, you know what I forgot about Sega X-Men? I don't know, a lot of people didn't play that X-Men game on Sega, but I had to bring that up before I get into this Nintendo. But Nintendo Super Mario World, God, this is my favorite game for Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I'm not gonna lie to you. I introduced my kids to this last week, and they could not be a single board. They're just not built like us, and you know how we used to be. I had Zombie Ate My Neighbors for the Super Nintendo. God, Super Nintendo's NBA Jam, I believe I had that for the Super Nintendo. What other games I have for Super Nintendo? Mostly Mario, man. My mom made sure I was Mario'd out, so I had all the Marios that you could think of that came out of Super Nintendo. My thoughts is just countless hours, thoughtless hours playing Mario, especially this particular Mario right here. I never beat it until I got grown though. So I think that's what the reason was. I was trying so hard to beat this game, could never beat it. It took me to adulthood to actually beat this game. As a kid, I couldn't do it. I think the farthest I probably got was land 3 or 4, but still nonetheless I played it all of the time. So my memories when it comes to Super Nintendo is straight Mario. NBA Jam a little bit, but straight Mario.
Yo, Super Nintendo, man, is something, like I said, if I had to pick between the two, I'm probably going to pick Sega. Like John said, Streets of Rage 2 obviously was a console exclusive to Sega. Dope game. X-Men, like you said. So, like, but that's not to be confused that Super Nintendo was super fire. You know what I mean? A lot of games, let's just call it what it is, because they had time to fix it. Like they played better on the Super Nintendo. Zombie Ate My Neighbor's iconic game. You know what I mean? Iconic game, but it played better on the Super Nintendo. Certain games, just the frame rate is better, but like you said, Mario and Mario and Donkey Kong Country, like a lot of these games, man, they especially towards that end was just butter. Like Donkey Kong Country, I still put that up there as one of the best looking games I've ever seen. Like, and just when you add in for the time, right? Like that game was incredible. Yeah, man, like I said, shout out to both these consoles. The fact that they both over 30 years old is wild. You know what I mean? Because like now, because I remember when like Atari was like 25 years old, right? And everyone was like, damn, like Atari, like, and now like the consoles that like we literally grew up on, like they 30 years old. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man, they putting that age all out there in these streets with the 30.
Right.
Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega knees hurt just like ours.
Word. Yo, that's hilarious. Yo, let's get to these comments real quick. All right, so we got a lot of games. So like you said, Streets of Rage, Ninja Turtles. Speaking of Ninja Turtles obviously with the film out and everything. But yeah, man, Ninja Turtles has some super fire games on there. Mega Man. Like a lot of folks know
Classic.
Mega Man from the PlayStation, right? But like, nah, like Mega Man was it predated the PlayStation.
Right.
Angel said NBA Give and Go on Super Nintendo was my favorite NBA game. It was the first game to have the 2K camera style. That's a good like fact. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
Nah, I was thinking like I was reading the comments a little early while we was talking. I was like,
Yeah,
I gotta go back and find
that's kind of
NBA
cool.
Give and
Yeah,
Go. I thanks for the facts because I didn't know this fact right here.
that's a fact. He also said he's an Atari kid, so his body hurts.
I feel I
Yo,
feel
man,
that, Angel. Facts.
word. Shout out to Pong. Like he said, I got the tail end of the Nintendo early 2000s. All right. So
So
if
your
you got a
knees still
PlayStation,
feel
baby,
perfectly
yeah.
fine.
Yeah. I mean, nah, if they creaking though, if you think about it,
They
PlayStation
getting
dropped in
close.
PlayStation dropped in 94, I believe. Well, 95 here in America. But so
Right.
like, yeah, it's give and go, you know what I mean?
Getting
So yo,
close.
all right, yo. Like so let's jump to the next thing we talking about. The next thing we talking about was a game. And yo, switching gears, we get into an actual game now, right? And this is a game that I never thought I would like until the Tony Hawk era came, right? Which is a little bit before this, but Matt Hoffman Pro BMX2 came out on PS2 and Xbox 21 years ago. Like I said, man, Tony Hawk set the stage, had everybody hype. And of course, you know, here comes the copycat games, right? At the time, X Games was crazy, and one of the parts of the X Games was BMX. We all had bikes growing up for the most part, you know what I mean? Trying to do tricks, popping the wheelie, bunny hopping, all that. I remember this game, man. I bought this game. It plays a lot like Tony Hawk. Of course, they're both made by Activision. I thought the game was dope. It's just not Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk
Right.
on a skateboard, obviously, the gameplay was perfected. This was a little wonky, but it's still fun as hell. I saw it in the retro game store that I was at today. It was literally like $5. So if you still got the PS2, Xbox, or if you in the emulation scene, definitely check it out, man. What's your thoughts on BMX2, man? Did you play this, or was it too close to Tony Hawk? Like, what's your thoughts on this, bro?
I was more of a Dave Mirra fan. So if you know about Dave Mirra,
Yep.
rest in peace. He had a bike game too. That kind of put me into. First of all, games like this made me a extreme sports fan. Like for Tony
Absolutely.
Hawk, my favorite skateboard game is Thrasher. By the way, I want to put that
Thrasher.
out there. I don't think Thrasher get enough respect in the video game culture as far as like extreme sports go. But
Right.
this is not a bad game. Like you said, it honestly looks like Tony Hawk, but
Literally, yeah.
on a bike. And
Yep.
it's but so much you can do in one of these settings with the bikes. That's probably why I like the Dave Mirra better, because you could do like multiple flips. It had a lot more environmental kind of things like dirt bike ranges, and it was just, in my opinion, it looked better too. It was way better. But this is not a bad game. Matt Hoffman is an excellent biker, I would say.
Right.
But like I'm just looking at this because I didn't particularly, like I said, I was Dave Mirra, so I didn't really play this. I
Sure.
played it like once or twice. But just looking at it, it really doesn't do anything for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Okay.
looked like it's more for the people that like to do side missions and stuff like that. It's not really for the people that like to do tricks. At least that's what this person playing is making it look like.
Right.
It,
Right.
it looked cool though. Like honestly, for this time, because this came out for what, PlayStation 2, this
Yep.
don't look like the graphics wise, it don't look that bad. It looked pretty cool. Look, the what I would like to see though is the tricks that is in the game. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Maybe that'll
Yep.
change my the way I look at it a little bit.
No
Um,
doubt.
but it do look cool. If you want a fan of this, I would say go check out Dave Mirra. And it's probably gonna be a better bike and BMX experience for you as far as like tricks and you know, just putting them
Yeah.
together and having a good time on a video game like this.
So I will say before we get into the comments, this game does play smooth. You know what I mean? It's one of the things that a lot of these Activision games they did play smooth. It's not a simulation. It's like, you know what I mean. It's very fantastical when it comes to some of the stuff you can do. But definitely check it out. Like I said, it's about $5 at a retro game store. If you can find it with a emulator, then you're good to go. But let's get to these comments. Angel said, before Tony Hawk, Skate or Die, NES. It's funny because I actually have that game. I don't remember it when it came out, of course, but I have that game. And I literally played that game when I first got it to, make sure it worked. And I was like, at that point, I was so used to Tony Hawk, right? I'm like, this is hard to play. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, like, shout out to Dave Mara, shout out to Matt Hoffman, of course. But yeah, let's get into the next game. Yo, the next game we talking about, man, is a game that I know Wave played. And that's Street Hoops. Dropped 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So before we even get to it, bro, Street Hoops, what's your thoughts on it?
When I was a kid, I had this for Xbox. The first Xbox, by the way, not the 360.
Right.
This game was dope for its time, but like now looking back, this was a really, really, really terrible game. Like, you feel me?
Yo, don't do that.
Nah, but let's be real. Like, when you compare it to games of similar fashion, like NBA Streets, you gotta compare it to NBA Streets, right?
Right.
It's not even close as far as like smoothness go, the way the moves go, scoring, just every aspect of the street ball game is just, it wasn't not good. But like back in the day, I had fun playing it. Like the replays was not great. It was like literally looking back, the replays is trash. They replay some trash moves. I'm just gonna be real. Like Street Hoops was not a good game. Could they come back out with it and make it a good game? Yeah, but like it's trash, bro. Like the moves is what, like it was delayed almost.
Yeah.
It wasn't smooth at all. It didn't give the proper street ball feel. Even though you could do the street ball moves, it wasn't as smooth as it could have been. And NBA Street showed that you could make a smooth street ball game. So
you're right.
This ain't it, bro. And it took me to grow up to realize it, because I definitely was playing this a ton. I played this a lot, especially because N1 was out. I had the braids like Hot Sauce. I had the long socks like Hot Sauce. I was in the park doing the skip to my Lou move. So this was everything when I was a kid. Now it's just,
look, man. First off, the comments right now are killing me, because just like Wave, y'all killing this game, man. I skipped Street Hoops because I had NBA Streets, of course, right? So John said, "Yo, I was just saying how bad Street Hoops is." like
Street Hoops is terrible.
LB said didn't get the NBA games until the AI cover. 2K, of course. B-ball games came a long way. Absolutely.
Regular 2K was terrible too, by the way. The first 2K that came out.
Bring back Street Value. Yeah, look, man. It's not NBA Streets. And so I'm gonna shoot this game a little bail. If you notice, the cover on the screen is this game was made by Activision, which we just talked about, who made the biking game. They made the Tony Hawk games, the original Spider-Man joints. You know what I mean? Call of Duty. You notice I'm not naming any other basketball games, right? Like literally, this was kind of like the Tony Hawk style games, but instead they just took them off skateboards or bikes and just literally made them play basketball. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if Tony Hawk had a mini game for basketball, like within the game, it looked like this. You see what I'm saying?
So the graphics would be way better though.
That's a good point, but they didn't know what they were doing. You know what I mean? So like, yo, I get it. Like, it's not NBA Streets. Like, NBA Streets is legendary, especially Volume 2. Like, we just talked about that like a few weeks ago. But yeah, I do remember this, man. Like this, like, yo, like the fact that we killing this game right now, it kind of hurts my heart, because I do have some nostalgia for this game. Because I didn't even think it was good then. Like, I didn't even think it was good then. But at the same time, like, the fact that we killing this game right now is actually hilarious to me.
I thought it would. I love this game, but like, bro, look at the layup he just did. He just did a finger roll going backwards. he jumped towards the free throw line and did a free throw. I mean, a finger roll. That joint was crazy.
Angel said, the best arcade style basketball game besides NBA Jam was NBA Showtime. That was a good.
That was
That
a
was a
good
good one.
title.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. All right, yo, that's all we got for this week in gaming, man. Appreciate going back with us on these
Before
games.
we move on,
I
I'm
got
glad Activision quit making basketball games. I'm
absolutely,
glad
yo.
this was a one and done.
It was a matter of time. Like, nah, it was no hope, bro. It was no hope at all. Let's get into topics right now, man. First off, Call of Duty. And if you follow the show a long time ago, we damn near got out of our seat to applaud, right? When Call of Duty said they were going to take a year off after Modern Warfare 2 to kind of revamp what they're doing, take a break, crunch culture and gaming is a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then last week they announced Modern Warfare 3 announced for November 10th of this year. Now it's kind of slick, right? Because this ain't a World War II style game, right? Modern Warfare 3 was loved on the 360 and the PS3, right? So now instead of, because they usually go Black Ops, Modern Warfare, like a World War II type game, right? Black Ops, Modern Warfare, World War II style game. They just went straight to Modern Warfare 3. Some people are saying this was a cash grab. Some people are saying, like, I'm hyped for it because it's Modern Warfare 3. So if they updated, I'm hyped. Look, man, what's your thoughts on this, bro? Like, obviously, we got a lot to say on it because we literally got up and applauded them for taking a year off. So we thought they would to revamp stuff. And now here we are, a whole new game in literally 3 months.
This is absolutely a cash grab. I'm low-key disappointed because they feeding off of the Warzone hype and they trying to take advantage of the people that's enjoying Warzone and Warzone 2 right now. They're not gonna put out a better product. It's probably gonna be just an extension of Warfare 2. Oh my God, Warzone 2. I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. Warzone 2. I really have nothing positive. I think they should have took the WWE approach, took that year off, really revamped their game, disconnected from the Warzone, so that way that could be its own separate entity, and just worked on making something fresh. And I think they would have actually hit the mark, but they just could not say no to the money because Call of Duty gonna sell, regardless of how tired we are of it, and probably our audience is. They still gonna sell. It's still gonna be them people that the only shooter that they play is Call of Duty.
Right.
Battlefield ain't doing nothing to give them any competition. There's really no other shooter out there that's, I should say, army shooter or war-based shooters that's giving them a run for their money. So they don't have no pressure to get better. It's like Madden.
Right.
In 2K right now. It's like Madden and 2K. Those three games have no pressure to get better. And we see that with the constant crap they putting out every chance they get. Call of Duty put out 3 games a year, and it's the same thing, just in a different setting, the same guns. They just make them look a little older. The last time they did something that was something different was with, I can't remember the exact name of the title, but it was when they had the backpacks and they could run across the wall, and they had the different kind of guns. That was the last time they did something different. Outside of that, it's been the same thing, rinse and repeat. They just did Modern Warfare, the whole thing all over again. We had Modern Warfare for Xbox 360.
Yeah, yo, you're absolutely right, man.
We had World at War for Xbox 360. They just came out with that game. So all they doing is rinse and repeating. They know their audience. They know the audience is gonna complain, but they still gonna support. Like I said, they are in the same boat with Madden and 2K. Until we literally say and actually don't buy those games, we're just gonna keep getting the same rinse and repeat stuff.
You're right, because from what I hear, the rumor is for next year or the year after, here comes the redo of Black Ops 1. So I I completely agree that it's like we are in the age of, like I said, we said this a year ago. We're in the age of the remaster, right? Everything
Mhm.
has a remaster, movies, games. You know what I mean? Everything is now being recycled to bring it to new age with graphics and stuff like that. Call of Duty, man, it's at the point where it's like everything's been done to death, right? But like you said, I love the point you said about there not being competition. Battlefield completely just like fell off, right?
Right.
That was pushing. I remember Battlefield 3, 4, Battlefield 1, or whatever it's like technically called. It was pushing it. You know what I mean? It wasn't beating it in sales or not, I think, because right then COD was a household name, but it was pushing it, right? There was an established base playing Battlefield. And then that fell off. So COD was like, yo, it's like Madden, like you said. And I love that point too. What's pushing it? Nothing's pushing it. There is no SOCOM, right? There's no Killzone. There's no, you know what I mean? There's nothing pushing it. And literally they're just gonna continue to, like, if they do Black Ops 1 next year and then Black Ops 2, that'd be 5 straight games of just remastered content. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and it's
And they
crazy. Like,
charging you new
full
new
price,
game
yeah.
prices.
Full price, man. And like, and then Warzone aside, obviously they got to fix it because Warzone 1, and some people say it's only because of the pandemic, but it literally, like, it took the world by storm. You know what I mean? And
Right.
Warzone 2, it just didn't do that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And but like you said, that kind of felt a little rinse wash repeated. You know, so
Mhm.
I completely agree, man. Comments said tired of COD games. Look, I completely get it. I completely get it. COD games been cash grabs. Angel said this is a chance for them to fix the poop show known as Warzone 2. Yep.
Right.
Absolutely. Said this would be the first release under Microsoft ownership, if I'm correct. Technically, yes. So that deal, at this point, is just, I'm sure, like, legalities, right? It should be done within like next month, from what I read. So
Yeah.
yes, this will be that first one, which is why I was hoping they take a year off, change the leadership, until now you can start to craft a brand new experience for us to play. But now we just kind of getting the same thing.
Technically, this won't be there under them because remember
Well, yeah,
they had to go through all the court stuff.
right.
So next year, when they come out with a new COD after next year, that would be under Microsoft officially.
Right. John said Battlefield's been Battlefield, like I said, I make fun of it all the time on the show.
Yeah, that
Battlefield 2042. I paid full price for it. I was hyped for it, bro. And the graphics is dope. Don't get me wrong, but the game is horrible, and there's nobody even playing the game. So like, there's no competition.
Right.
He said, "What would a revamped COD look like?" Look, there's so many things that you can do. You know what I mean? Like, one, let's focus on a different war besides World War I and World War II, and a made-up war. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You can do that. Like, there's different ways, different like mechanics. Like Medal of Honor, like you said, Levante was dope. Like, there's still elements from that. SOCOM that we haven't seen yet. You know what I mean? Coming to the COD world, it's doable. It's just basically be creative and not go for the cash grab just because it's easy money. That's my point with it.
Right. And COD, the community showed that they would absolutely support something extreme. Like I said, they had jetpacks and running across the wall. That's not we never had a war where people had jetpacks.
right.
So like at the end of the day, they could be underwater. They showed you that they got the technology to be underwater. They could have a war in space. They could have a war in Egypt. They could have a war in Amazon jungle and tigers and lions and bears. Oh my, running all around.
Absolutely.
They just it's something out there. You put some creative people together that they can actually think and put new content out. What it would look like is hope. I mean, like I said, pick one of those three, put them in the jungle, and have animals attacking you as well as the people that you're trying to shoot. You know, you could be fighting aliens. You could be an alien, or like it's other ways to have guns, and they could make up their own guns. We don't have to use. I mean, it's cool to use the guns that we have in real life, but they don't have to constantly use the same guns we got in real life. Make a laser gun. Make
it's a video
that
game.
Shoot hot dogs. Pause. It doesn't really matter.
Right. Great point by Andrew. So I don't understand how Fortnite can continue to be successful, not as big as Activision and now Microsoft, right? Yeah, Call of Duty can't get it right. I just think Call of Duty is so used to making money. You know what I mean? Like hand over fist. It comes out, the game comes out, it's already the highest selling game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like literally the highest selling game year over year is Call of Duty, Madden, 2K, which goes to what Wave said. Like if we can stop playing it, you know what I mean? Stop buying it, then it might change. But the problem is that installed base is so big. Like that installed base is already so large that like what can you
190 gigs.
right? Like they're literally like the fans are gonna buy it regardless. And like I've been guilty. Like I bought every single Madden probably since 2000, 2001. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like technically, like although now like what I'll do is I'll play the trial like I was trying to do before this, and then I'll wait for Game Pass. I'm still installing it. You know what I mean? I'm still playing it. They're still getting credit for it. So like I get it's not an easy task to stop playing something that you may have grew up on or love, but it's not going to change then. You know what I mean? So that's a great point.
And I think Fortnite is so successful because they are actually creative. Like, I don't know if y'all remember this, but Fortnite had a concert mid game. So you go in there and they did this a few times, but the one that I actually was able to attend, I was at home and I was lucky enough to be a part of, was the Travis Scott one. That joint was so dope. Like I ain't never been seen nothing like that in a video game before. You drop down, you think you're about to get crazy in the battle royale, and then Travis Scott just take over. You in the middle of like space. This dude come walking out. He like 100 feet tall and start performing. It's like you in a concert. It was so dope. Like Fortnite continue to do things like that. That's why they're successful. They're not scared to be creative. They're not scared to try to be innovative and do something different and something new. Whether we like it or not, they gonna try it though, and usually we like it more often than we don't.
Absolutely. Marshmallow as well. So that's a good point. All right, let's get to the next thing we talk about, man. Grand Theft Auto 6, another game we harped on here, man. Rockstar basically, spokesman for Rockstar came out and said basically the game is either going to be out probably for holiday of 24 or early 25. So remember, we were saying 25, 26. He's saying possibly holiday next year or even early 2025. So, with that said, do you believe it? Are we finally getting close to the release of the heavily anticipated Grand Theft Auto 6?
No, I don't think they're coming out next year. But I got a good reason for why I don't think so.
Okay.
If they didn't make this known to the public, I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday, that they talking to the people from 5M and I think it's Red M, I don't remember, to figure out how to integrate like the role playing aspect into the new game. So when they figure that out, they got to add that, and I think that's gonna take a lot longer than the 12 months they needed for it to be out holiday next year. So do I think so? No. Do I think it's a bad reason to why? Nah, because again, I don't want the crunch culture to create another Cyberpunk 2077. I want to actually a good game to come out that we can play. And they got a lot of stuff, a lot of rumors with GTA 6. So it's just a lot of things that they really need to make possible on our screen. That's gonna take time. And I know we give them a hard time because Grand Theft Auto is older than my oldest kid, and that is crazy to me. But at the same time, you know, the audience, the fans, us, we continue to play it. We revamped it during the pandemic because of 5M with the creation of role playing and using this as a way to create our own virtual reality. And they just let it rock, and they could have shut it down probably legally, and they didn't. They let us rock. They let their game drag out. Hopefully they use this as hopefully we get a very, 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 very good Grand Theft Auto game when it comes out. I think come out 2025. I don't think they'll be able to get it out by next year. Like, I'm just be honest.
Yo, that's a great point. I right now I just want to point out people may forget this, they may not know, right? Because we do joke about it a lot. The Grand Theft Auto 5, which is out right now, it's been out, is older than the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. It came out before both of those consoles. That's how long it's like. It came out initially for the PS3 and the Xbox 360. You see what I'm saying?
Right, I had it
Like,
for the 360.
right. That's
And
how
one.
long this game has been dominating. You know what I mean? And it's still selling. It's still selling because now they've remastered it for Series S and X and PS5. And I'm like, yo, if it's not coming like next year, I'm not even gonna lie and say like I don't care, nothing like that. I'm not gonna play that because I know when it comes out, I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna play it. But at the same time, this has to be the longest drag out of like an IP I may have ever seen. Like, and I don't know, I'm sure I could look up stuff that was longer, but like, yo, it came out literally 2 consoles ago. At this point. like it came out 2 consoles ago. Like, that's the wildest thing to me.
Right.
Angel said that game is never coming. They make too much money on GTA 5 with all the content they release. That's a fact. So
but
like
that's the point of them. Oh, sorry, Jay.
Okay, yeah. No, I was just saying, like, yo, that's how it feels. I do think the game's gonna be, I think it's gonna be holiday 25. I don't buy the 24 part. So I think
Yeah, I
technically
agree
he
with
wasn't
you.
lying, right? It's going to come out in 25. I'm not buying the holiday 24 part.
Nah, because to Andrew's point, I think that's the reason that I'm talking to the 5M guys, because
Yep.
that's really what's making GTA 5 such still so popular is the fact that you could go into these worlds on PC because
Yep.
5M is not available for Xbox or PlayStation 5. It'll be interesting to see how they get role playing on the consoles. But besides the point, that's the reason why they are talking to the 5M creators right now. And this might all because Red M is for Red Dead Redemption. So this
Yep.
might be to Levante's point too. They are trying to make these games where you can still do what you prefer to do when it comes to their game. Like you could go to GTA 6 and not even play a story mode, go straight to 5M and still continue your role playing, or you can actually play GTA online and enjoy the game the way that most other people play, like myself, like in GTA online in the story mode, because I love GTA storylines. I love them to death,
Absolutely.
so I gotta play just to see what that storyline is about.
Absolutely. Yo, I agree with Red Dead. Red Dead, Bully, they could do something else. You know what I mean? They have great projects that they can revive. It's just Grand Theft Auto's the moneymaker. You know what I mean? And like it's the classic thing between art and business, right? Grand Theft Auto 6 at this rate is probably going to come out in 25 and it's probably going to dominate probably to like 2037. It sounds crazy, but at this rate, that's where we are. You know what I mean? Like
I'll be playing that game with my grandkids. I remember when GTA 5 came out. I was 23 years old. I'll be 80 playing that joint.
It's funny, but that's how it is, man. That's literally how that feels. But all right, yo, let's jump into the next thing we're talking about, man. New college football game next summer. Now, this is something I do believe, right? So first they said the crazy part was some people was giving them flack on Twitter, like it didn't come out this year. To be fair to EA, they always said it was going to come out summer of 24, but they would give an update in the summer of 23. I think people kind of mistaken that for the game was going to be out in the summer of 23. But the game is slated to come out next July. There is no exact date, but we do have a month in July. So for this one, are you hype about this still? Did that kind of pass on by? Are you hyped for a new? I'm sure it's not gonna be called NCAA no more, but are you gonna be hyped for a new college football game finally after damn near a 10-year, actually an exact 10-year drought?
Yeah, and not only because we finally get college. I think the last one we got was 14.
Yep.
So this would be dope to have a college game that's we could actually play and not just play 1 or 2 games in Madden my career mode. Um with the NIL deals and everything, college athletes should be able to get paid. We should be able to see their names on the back of the jersey and not have to guess who we playing with.
Right.
It's just gonna make for a better experience that way, and the college kids get to eat off of this as well. I hope they get to eat of this.
Right.
That's the idea, that they actually
Yep.
get to get some type of income from this. So it's dope all around. College football is actually really dope. And I think the people that is anticipating this the most, they're fine with the remaster that they made of 2K14, 2014. So yeah, I'm hyped. I can't wait. And I hope they actually pay the athletes and put their likeness, if they're gonna use their likeness and number, put the athletes in there. We don't want no generic game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm hyped for it. Big fan of the NCAA football games, man. They still some of the best games in like the last 25 years when it comes to sport of football. NCAA 14 was incredible, still being played till this day. I think it's time to have it although some people say college football as a whole has fell off, and that's a whole separate discussion, but the college games is just fun, man. You know what I mean? They've always been fun. College hoops was fun back in the day, basketball
Yeah.
as well. So I just can't wait to check it out. But yo, with that said, that's all we got for topics. Let's get into the spin wheel, and then we'll get on out of here. Actually, we got one comment. Andrew said, let's wait and see what EA does with it. That is fair, being that Madden is out right now, but you can't even play due to the servers. So like
Right.
that is a fair the EA that made that game is not this EA no more. So that's, you know what, 100% right.
Let's hold the criticism. Let's wait.
Said road to glory better be back. Yo, that's a good point. Road to glory was a fire mode. But all right, yo, let's get to the spin wheel, man. Let's get to the spin wheel. All right, you ready, Wave?
Let's get it.
Answer in the comments as well. Make sure y'all answer in the comments. All right. What are your thoughts on loot boxes and microtransactions in games? Oh, man. All right. I'm going to go first only because I'm going to keep this quick because I can go on for days about this. Good idea at first. I'm not going to act like it wasn't, but I think just in the last probably 8 years, it's just been done to death. I think now part of it is predatory, especially in little kids who take their parents' cards and they buy all types of stuff with it, and then the game companies don't want to reverse the charges and stuff like that. I think it's going to hell, and there's has been games that are ruined by it. So that's my thought. That's the short form of my problems with it.
It's absolutely predatory. There's no other way to word that. They definitely preying on kids, but in my opinion, I think it take away from the essence of games. It makes games really not worth playing. It's not like if you older and you into what you into, and you feel like you don't really have a ton of time for gaming. It makes it easy to just put the games away, because like when we was younger, you had to grind for what you want. Like,
right.
I'm gonna use Sega for example, because Sega, we talked the Sega birthday this week. It's the Super Nintendo birthday this week too. But Sega with Sonic, specifically Sonic 2, if they had the skins and the microtransactions and the loot box, it would take the fun out of getting to a certain point of the game where you could become supersonic. Because why do that when I could just buy supersonic, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I can't think of another game off the top of my head, but most games, like you have to grind to get certain loots, and when you get certain things, it give you a certain status because you looked at that character and you seen the work that was put in. Now
Absolutely.
you just need $10, $9, and you copping the skin.
Yep.
You getting the gun, you getting the emotes, the dances, whatever little exclusiveness that you got for being a grinder, they took that all away. And I think that took away from the joy factor of the game. because like, what's
That's
the
a good
point
point.
if I'm not good at Fortnite, right? It's nothing to show that I'm not really that good. I could just go buy every skin in the game. You wouldn't be able to tell. Same thing with Call of Duty. The same thing with Apex. The same thing with all these games. I guess even Destiny. Destiny, you didn't used to. You have to play the same boss, the same board over and over and over again to get certain things. I remember me and my boys grind Destiny hours and hours and hours and hours just to get the Gallagher. If you know Destiny, the Gallagher is the a bazooka, right? A
Right.
bazooka that had humming missiles, right? And
Absolutely.
you could not get that unless you grinded certain certain raids and stuff like that. So when you saw somebody that just randomly ran into, because it was an open world with random strangers too, so you ran into a stranger, they got the Gallagher gun, you knew they put in the same amount of work as you. Now on
Absolutely.
Destiny, I could go in there, I could buy all the skins, I could buy the skins for my ship, my motorcycle that they ride, everything. It's just not the same. It took away from the fun of the game.
I get it. I get it. Jessica said scam is predatory now. It's a good point. And Angel
Absolutely.
said not bad to keep the game crisp like Fortnite does it. It works there, not everywhere. Look, Fortnite is probably the best case of it because people they buy into it. Now there has been kids going on, right, and using their parents' cards and stuff like that, and at a large rate because they feel like they
Right.
have to keep up, right? And Fortnite they've done good in the past with reversing it, and some not so much, right? John just said another cash grab. Completely agree.
Right.
Completely agree. Especially now, games that don't even need it are trying to use it to get that extra source of revenue, which again, business creativity, it always goes hand. It always battles
Right.
each other. You know what I mean? All right, let's get to this next one. Again, make sure y'all comment in the chat your answer.
Whoa.
What was your most embarrassing moment from your teen years? All right, I'm gonna keep it gaming. Yo, check this. I mean, I was so technically it was later. I think I was like 19, right? I went to Ocean City, Maryland with some friends, and they had a Smash tournament. So I was like, I bet. Walked up, played Smash, pick. It was wait, was it Brawl for the Wii or was it Melee for the GameCube? I forgot which one, but it was one of those two. And I walked up, they was like, "Yo, you play Smash Bros all the time? You'll play them." It was like this 7-year-old kid. Kid was like playing, yo, and like I picked Mr. Game and Watch. He picked Mario. Yo, he wiped the floor with me, bro. Like, yo, it
Things are
wasn't
different.
even, yo, like, you ever seen the clip of Chappelle when he was playing street hoops with the kid and the kid was beating him at first and he was like, I ain't your little bitch. Like, yo, that's how I felt, bro. Yo, like when I say like he mopped the floor with me, bro. Like I've never seen somebody like the match started and like he just started like boom, 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 boom. And like he just didn't stop. Like you know what I mean? And then like the character respawned and he jumped up and like when as soon as that like hit when the hitbox comes back, you get hit again. Yo, he just mopped the floor with me again, bro. Like he 3-0'd me. I ain't gonna lie. And people looking at me like some are like, yo, you let him win. Like, and I'm like, no, I didn't let him win. Like, he really bust my ass. Like,
he's just that good.
I kid you not, yo. And the only saving grace was he mopped the floor with everybody. You know what I mean? That was the only saving grace. But yo, like, I was sitting there like Charlie Murphy looking at Rick James, like, like yo, I ain't gonna lie.
Stomach.
Yo,
so yeah,
like,
I kicked him in the stomach.
Like, hands down, bro, is that one. Like, I literally went on vacation, got washed by 7-year-old, and he legit was 7. It's not even like he was 14 and he was 7. That's definitely mine when it comes to video games.
I mean, I guess I don't really have in my teen years. I was like I said, I used to do little slick stuff like put the sliders up when you wasn't watching and all that. So like it was hard to catch me slipping because I was usually the one catching people slipping. But like as I got older, I was a little bit more into being fair with my gameplay. And I got watched by a couple of kids. One is my little sister when she was like 14. She watched me in like Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
I think X was out it was X at the time.
Okay.
Watched me crazy and with the button mashing, and I was sitting there blocking, doing the moves. You know how skill
I
could
got you.
beat the button mashing. If you skilled, you could beat button mashers all day. I just didn't have it. Matter of fact, I'm lying. It was Injustice 2.
Injustice 2. Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely washed me. My favorite character on that game is Robin, by the way.
I feel you.
Then my 5-year-old, I think she was 4 at the time. She beat me in a fighting game. Was it Demon Slayer? Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't let if you new to the show, if you you a member that been here for since the beginning, I don't let my kids beat me in games. I don't let them beat me in nothing. They gotta earn it. So because they brag, they talk crazy when they win. So I don't give them a chance to get that on me. So we was playing Demon Slayer, and yeah, my 4-year-old absolutely whooped me. And then she was talking crazy, and my 10-year-old was talking crazy. It's like, you never beat me. Like, so how are you talking crazy? She was just talking crazy on account of her little sister. That was the only time that she beat me, though. After that, I went full on. I had to join with the button mashing, man. I ain't gonna lie. I started button mashing too. You can't beat them, join them. That's how I was feeling.
Yeah. Kelvin said needs the freshest skins. I think I was referring to when they were talking about the basically the loot boxes and stuff like that. I get it. Appreciate you checking out the show, Kelvin. Angel said getting into a fist fight with a friend doing fantasy baseball and Ken Griffey Slugfest. Talking about a classic game. 64.
Yeah,
man. Hopefully you ain't lose that fight though.
Yeah, that's terrible. Hopefully you ain't lose the fantasy game too. 2 L's in one night would be crazy.
John said losing to a random 10-year-old in a Halo tournament during Halo 3 midnight. Yo, see? What is it with these these kids is nasty, bro. Like,
they built different. They can play these new games. They can't play our old games though. Like, you want to beat me? I'm gonna put you on Aladdin. Matter of fact, I gotta put my daughter on that because I think she might have beat me in Mario Kart not too long ago, talking crazy. So I gotta put her on Aladdin so she can see
here, bro.
What it's really like.
He said we still boys. Hey, that's what's
be
up,
your best
man.
friends, man.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. Yo, but what is with these kids, man? These motherfuckers are nice. Like these new games, man. These motherfuckers is elite.
They came out the womb with a controller in their hand.
Right. All right. Let's hit one more and then we'll get out of here. So let's see what we got. What we gonna close on? What was your first video game experience? This is a good question. For me, it has to be Sonic, either 1 or 2. I don't remember exactly which one, but Sonic 1 or 2. I just remember that Green Hill Zone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna assume Sonic 2 because I remember the second stage being Chemical Plant Zone. So I'm gonna say Sonic 2. Literally the most nostalgia I can get from a video game comes from that specific game, those first 2 levels. Yeah, so if I gotta say Sonic 2 because literally I could go play it right now, and literally when that come on, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I remember being a little kid being hype about that. So Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Genesis, which is 34 today. So shout out. What about you, Wave?
My first gaming experience that I could remember was the Atari, and that was I didn't get the Atari when it first came out. To the new audience that's probably like, dang, you won't look that old. I'm not.
Right.
We just put that out there. My mom made me play the first system that she could think of, which was Atari, and then I got Nintendo before I got my Super Nintendo. Right. But anyway, I played Atari, and it was Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson or Michael Jordan. It was one of those two. But it's Larry Bird versus, I think it was Magic Johnson. And my sister used to tear me, my older sister. I got two sisters. I got a couple of sisters, but my older sister at the time was destroy me religiously in this game. I don't think I ever beat her. But so yeah, that's still burnt in my skull. Just literally losing on repeat. It ain't nothing like being a kid and just losing. First of all, my sister not a gamer. She never played games after that. That probably was the only game she played, and she would
Right.
religiously beat me. So I played all of those games. I had Duck Hunt with the first Mario with the red gun, orange gun. I think it was orange, red, or whatever the color was. It was orange. But I had all of those games, so I thought I was the best. And yeah, she showed me I was not consistently.
Absolutely. So let's see what they got. We see John said Sega Mortal Kombat. Yeah, yo, it literally created the ESRB rating here in America. So of course, like that's a great one.
I
Jessica
was a cheater
saying
in that game.
playing
Uppercuts
Sonic 2
galore.
with my dad on. He said you cheating on that game.
Great uppercuts.
He said playing Sonic 2 with my dad on a Genesis. Yes, absolute classic. Angel.
That's one of my favorites.
Alex Kidd in the Miracle World on the Master System. Yo, I gotta get my Master System out for the next episode so I can show it off. I always got the GameCube right here, but I'll put the Master System in next time. So he said 1980, yep, on the Master System, and Kelvin said fuck them kids. I think Kelvin is a little far back, so he's probably still hearing us talk about when he's getting mopped up by some little kids in video games. So I agree though, fuck them kids.
Right. Absolutely agree.
Word, yo. But yeah, yo, we about to get out of here. Appreciate the love and support. I did want to throw a shout out to Retro Rob, who's been supporting the channel for a while now. Literally said, he just hit 15K over on Facebook. Congratulations to him. Retro Rob is dope. He in the building too. He said, hey, yo, congrats, man. Congrats on 15K. Obviously, right. Any way that we can support, we absolutely will. We definitely want to have you on the show. We want to have whoever wants to be on the show, man. Come on, talk games with us, man. I promise we don't bite. But yo, appreciate all the love and support. Shout out to John, Retro Rob, Kelvin, Angel, Jessica, Levante, Andrew, everybody. Appreciate all y'all, man. Y'all are absolutely incredible. Signing out. I'm gonna catch y'all next week. Tsunami Wave, take it away, bro.
Hey yo, I appreciate everybody for coming in, stopping by, liking the status, sharing the stream, just watching, lurking, hanging out. However you chose to support, we appreciate this. It goes a long way, and to keep us here every Sunday. I know today is Monday, but our usual day is on Monday at 5 p.m. Catch us next week. Well, the end of this week on Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standing Time. Be there or be square. That's a rectangle, but you know. You know what I mean.
All right, yo. We'll catch y'all later. All right, peace. Be out. Peace.